Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Now, support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy into it or sell out of it. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with these support and resistance areas and trends, okay? So just to let you guys know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description below for Webull. You could use that to start an account and get two free stocks actually. And I provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and get one free stock. So check out those links below and start an account if you already haven't. All right. And just to let you guys know, I will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you guys have a recommendation, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it for you, okay? So let's get into the market today. Today is June 10th, 2021 here, and you could see the S&P 500 is up today 0.32%. The Dow Jones is up 0.30%, and the NASDAQ is up 0.34% today. So you see, after this morning's inflation data, everything went up, shot right up out of the gate, and now we had a pretty big dip around 10, almost 11 o'clock here, and now we are recovering from that dip there. So there was a nice pop in the morning, a sell-off, and now we're trying to recover from that sell-off. So let's get into what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to go over the S&P 500. I've done a video on this before. You could go back and check that out and see what you think. I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner. You should see that right about now, and just go check that video out. And I wanted to go over this one again because my chart has kind of changed since that last video, so I just wanted to talk about a couple things with the S&P 500 here. Okay, so at the time of this recording, we are trading around $423 and about 14 cents. And we're up 0.35% right now, okay? So the past week, we are up actually 0.56%. The past month, you've got about almost a 2% return from the S&P 500. And in the past 3 months, about 8.5% right here. In the past year, it's almost at about 31.5%, 31.65%. And in the past 5 years, you've gained 100%. A little over 100% on your money if you had it in the S&P 500 here. Okay, so I just want to take a look at the levels we're currently trading at. We did reach a new all-time high today. As I zoom in on my daily chart here, you could see we hit a high of $424.62. Okay, and that was this morning after the inflation data came out. And you could see after we hit that all-time high, that new all-time high, we have sold off a little bit, and we are currently right below our resistance point here, which is right around $423 and about 14 cents. That's where I have my line, right around there. Actually, it's about $423 and 25 cents. So you could see here, those were our former all-time highs. We hit that 2 or 3 times here. You could see on this day on May 10th, we hit a new all-time high, and the day before that was actually May 7th, we hit an all-time high there. So we hit it once there, and then you come over here to the past couple days, we've been teetering on this all-time high right here, right against this resistance line. Okay, so we've hit this a couple times. Today it broke through that all-time high, and it promptly sold off right after that, so you didn't really see that big pop that you would expect when it does break through this resistance point and reach a new all-time high up here. You expect people to close out their positions, and maybe there would be a lot of buying, as you would expect a breakout up here if it did break through this area, and we just didn't see that today. We actually saw a sell-off right after it hit these new all-time highs and broke through this area. So that's why I wanted to go over what going forward, what we should expect here. And I'm thinking, since we didn't see that big breakout right above here, with tomorrow being Friday, I'm expecting a sell-off tomorrow maybe, and you're already seeing a sell-off. So, we are currently trading above all of our moving averages. We're above our 30-day, our 21-day, and our 50-day moving average. You can see our 50-day moving average is following along our trend line here, and I'll go over these trend lines in a minute, but you can see here, I just want to go over these support lines I have. Our next support, if we do have a sell-off in the next couple days after hitting this new all-time high, is going to be around $420.32. You could see there was a gap right here, and I put my support line right above that gap, so that'll be our first support line. You could see it has tested this support in the past couple days here, and it hasn't broken. So I'm going to be looking at that area first if we do see a sell-off. If we break through that support, and we will probably drop down to around $411.56. That's where our next gap is sitting, and you could see we did have that as support, a couple times here, going back a couple weeks here, and you could see it did hold on that support for a while, and it before breaking right around this area in here. Okay, and after that, if we do break down that support, we would probably, if we actually reach that support there, we would break out of our trend line. So you can expect a bigger fall if it does break out of this trend line here and dip below there. Okay, and the next area I have is right around here where this gap was left on the way up, and that's going to be around $403 right in that area. That's the top of our gap here. It actually says 403.38, so around the $403 area is going to be our next support if we do drop this low. I don't expect it maybe to drop that low, but that's just in case things do go into correction territory and we drop all the way down here. Okay, so let me zoom out here and you can see my trend lines that I'll show you. And it's kind of trading in this sort of triangle formation here, and we're getting close to the end of our formation here, and you could see the top of this where these two lines come together would be around $434 right there. That is where it would have to break out to the upside or definitely break out to the downside and get out of this triangle formation that it's been trading in. So you could see, it goes all the way back here to around the beginning of 2020 and the lows of COVID here for my trend lines. The highs are the beginning of 2020 and the lows are go back all the way to, the lows of COVID that we saw here. So these are good trend lines. You could see we touched off these lines a couple times here. So you could see that, we only have right around till the end of July here is when we would have to see this thing either break out to the upside or break to the downside and probably see a correction here. So, we do have a little bit of time, about a month and a half before that happens. But you could already see here it's having a lot of trouble breaking above this area right here, this resistance line. You could see we've hit off it once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times here. So, it's having a lot of trouble breaking through there. And every time it does touch that line, we do see a sell-off. So keep that in mind if you're looking to trade this. Now I'm just going to switch over to our weekly chart, see what we could find there, and you could see we are above all moving averages on our weekly chart. We're above our 21-day, 30-day here in the green, our 50-day in the dark blue, and our 200-day is all the way down here in the yellow. Okay, so we are well above these moving averages, and in my opinion, we are pretty much due for a correction in the S&P. We saw a correction in the NASDAQ earlier this year around February and March and April. Okay, but the S&P did not really get phased by that correction in the NASDAQ. So I am expecting that pullback or correction to be coming soon. As you could see, we're running out of time here in this formation that this S&P has been trading in. So we are, we have about a month and a half left, like I said before, till it has to either break down to the downside or break upwards out of this, pattern it has been trading in, this triangle pattern that we've seen since over a year ago, last March. So let me just zoom in for you, see what we're doing, how we're doing right now. We have about an hour until close, and we are well above this line right here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So this could be a good sign here going forward to move upwards. As you can see, we're above this resistance line, and it looks like we're about to close the day out above there. So that could be bullish moving forward in the short term. We could make a move upwards, and it looks like around 430 is the target for us right here, if we do make a move to the upside, okay? But, once again, I wouldn't get too carried away right now. This thing is overextended, so if it does make a move upwards, you could trade that in the short term. But, in the longer term, I'm talking, a couple months, I am expecting a pullback in this, or a correction. And, always have that in the back of your mind that, this is due for a pullback or a correction. So don't get too carried away if you are bullish on this. Remember, we do need a pullback or a correction to continue on this bull run. So that would be healthy for the bull run if we do have a little bit of a correction, moving forward. So that would help us out there. Alright, so if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this, and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on that either. And we will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.